I knew this series was going to be good after the third episode because I could tell how the writing was and the level that the writing was on. I could clearly tell this wasn't just an ordinary series. I could really tell that. And I mean, I tweeted on Twitter, as expected, another banger, of an episode from the Classroom of Elite. And Studio Lurch has really surprised me so far. I think that they were the ones that came out of Scum's Wish too, I believe. As far as I'm concerned, Lurch is the one leading the battle for best animes of the year. As a collective group of animes that they put out in a single year, Studio Lurch. Wow, very impressed. So, this episode actually really has me wondering about Ichinose, and let's just hop it, right into the beginning of the show with that one girl actually wanting to confess her love to Ichinose. And I will say this: that is the real Ichinose. The way she talked to Ayano and stuff like that—that's the real Ichinose. And the whole thing with her points, I just want to go into that really quick here because I know I'm skipping some stuff. There's more to that girl. There's a fake side of Ichinose. I guess, no, I wouldn't say a fake. I would say there's another real side to Ichinose. And I believe, the ending credits of last week's episode that was, previewing the title for this week's episode was, how can we hate others who hide themselves from us whenever we hide, the real thing from ourselves so often. And I know that's not the exact quote, but that's, the same meaning. The quote means the same thing. And, it's kind of like, it just has me like Ayano must be someone who does not hide who he is from himself, and I'm just kind of thinking that because the whole romantic thing, whenever someone confesses their feelings to you, it's so hard for them just to get it out of their throat. You should at least hear them out and give them a proper answer, not try to avoid them, right? You should tell them yes, or you should tell them no. You shouldn't beat around the bush, and you shouldn't most definitely lie about it. And hearing Ayano say those words, it makes me wonder. Has he been love struck before? Has he gone through heartbreak? Has he, romanticized with someone before? And that just really has me wondering, is that why his character, is who he is now? I don't know. It really has me wondering. You have someone like, Hiki from Snafu, it's his ideology. But is someone like Ayano from the Classroom of Elite, is he who he is because of something that has happened in the past? I don't know. I'm really interested in that. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. But on another note, I'd like to say that the Ichinose and Ayano kind of chemistry, I really love it. And it's weird. And what that shows is dialogue is chemistry. It's not persona. Doesn't matter what kind of persona you have. You can be stiff as a board, emotionless, well, not basically emotionless, like Hiki. Or you can be someone, from Snafu. Or you can be someone like Ayana who's 100%, like, there's no emotions behind his words whatsoever. He's even less emotionless than Hiki. At least we could get some kind of surprised look on Hiki's face or something like that, right? At least someone could actually get underneath his skin a little bit. That's not the thing with Ayano. Like, he is kind of lifeless, but his character's dialogue, it makes chemistry work. Whether it be the outgoing girl, whether it be the tsundere girl in Horikita, right? Or whether it be Ichinose. I find it really fascinating how the dialogue's allowing this chemistry in between the characters, that's just flowing through Ayano, even though he's basically kind of like watching paint dry on the wall in terms of his personality. That's really impressive. And we just need to let Pseudo go, man. I mean, I know it may have been self-defense. I know he's being framed. And holy shit, that one kid got the shit beat out of him, and he's still looking up to that long-haired dude. Which I'm wondering why why is this kid so special? Why is everyone letting them get the shit knocked out of themselves and still worshiping this guy? We saw that whenever they're in, like, the club or whatever the hell that was. That big black guy's, like, bad boy. And it sounded like he was African or something. He didn't sound like Japanese voice actor. Maybe it was African. Who knows? English. I think is that what they call it? English? Now, I want to hop into the ending thing here really quick, right? So, Ayano made such a great, I'm probably going to remember this the rest of the series. Just such a great, I guess analogy, maybe lack of a better term. But he's saying if we have a murderer and we have a law-abiding citizen, and there's a murder case, and these are the two suspects, who are we going to choose? Of course, we're going to convict the guy who's murdered before, because no matter what, even if there is some kind of evidence that points the other direction but doesn't fully, convict someone of it, and show that you need to be convicted of this crime, it's the simple fact that no matter what, we'll never truly believe he didn't kill again. We'll never truly believe that the murderer had nothing to do with a murder when he is a suspect. And it's all about perception. It doesn't matter who you are. I mean, that's what stereotypes are, right? Stereotypes are perception of, it's repeated perception. It's the history of perception. It's like, it's kind of like some people say black people are athletic. They always make that kind of claim. Asian people are really smart. They make those kind of claims because we've seen that happen so many times, even though that's not true all the time. That is not near 100% of, 100% of the time a fact. It's not. It's all about perception. So Pseudo's always lashing out, and he makes an ass of himself, right? So people are going to think he wasn't just self-defense. They're going to think, even if it technically was self-defense, he instigated it to some degree. So it is kind of his fault, or it is partially his fault. And I love that. That's good writing. That's good writing, man. I mean, I hope I gave you guys the best example of what, I hope I conveyed my thoughts as best as I could with that. I thought I did do pretty clear cut. But man, the Classroom of Elite, man, I love this kind of writing. I love writing, after I watched Snafu, I love the ideology of that. I love the thought process of a show like Scum's Wish, the darker side of romance, and how people, finding out who people really are. And it really gave me a revelation of my high school times. I said that. I love shows like this, obviously. I love it. I absolutely adore, and that's kind of why I love a show like ReZero 2, especially because it dives into the human thought process to a certain extent. That's why it has that psychological. I love realism in shows, and wherever you can incorporate this kind of, make a plot that's about some school like, the Classroom of Elite. It makes things really interesting, and I love that. So as always, guys, you guys have been heck, leave a like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, X25. See you guys next time. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys.